Didn't want to spend the money, we've neglected some of these things and they're gonna catch up with us. Oh, you turned it on. I mean, it's a pretty sophisticated system we've got here. It doesn't maybe automatically get turned off.
Okay, I'd like to call this regular meeting of the Columbia Board of Selectmen to order. Tuesday, March 5th. So first things first, we're gonna go over the rules. If there's people in the chat, if you have something to say during an audience of citizen, please raise your hand. And of course, anybody here, but state your name and your address. And we haven't had a problem, and I don't foresee one, but if anybody's unruly, we'll cut you off or we'll ask you to leave the meeting. And that includes the board. In saying that, we don't even have pledge of allegiance. I'm gonna change the. Ask you to rise and join in pledge of allegiance. Sure, motion. Yeah. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. But you didn't think I'd see it, huh?
I was testing you.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, I'd like to move to approve the agenda as submitted. Do you have anything we need to, no, we're good, Mark?
Wait, to add the pledge of allegiance.
Should we vote on it?
I have very little authority, but that one I did have. Okay, all those approve?
Aye.
Approval of the minutes, I'd like to move to approve the Board of Selectmen regular meeting minutes for February 2nd, 2024.
February 20.
Huh?
20, February 20th.
No, you were right.
This is what I was writing. This is what happened.
Oh, wait,
I'm sorry, the 20th.
it is the 20th. You just said.
No,
The
I,
motion.
it's been a long day.
Anybody see anything omitted, have anything to add? Misspelling, anything? Omissions?
Punctuations.
Funny. We're missing, Bev. And Stephen. That's it.
We'll just add it.
That's okay, I can say it, and I can do that, okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna amend my motion, I move to approve the regular meeting minutes of February 20th, but to add in attendance Beverly Cirillo. Anybody else? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, thank you.
Speak to me.
Let me see, let me check this before I say it. I move to approve the Board of Selectmen special meeting minutes for February 27th. Any comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Audience of citizen.
I have nobody in the chat.
Excellent. Old business, 24-25 workshop. Okay.
Move on. So really, if you just want to start from the end and then we'll, review questions, but where we ended last meeting, if you look at page 14. The Board of Ed's total expense budget is $297,112.
No, that's last year's number, you don't, that, you don't look like the right end.
Yeah, what?
I didn't mean, I said or something.
That's,
Board of Selectmen.
okay, you said board.
If I said Board of Ed, I apologize.
You did.
Board of Selectmen.
Or is like,
Okay.
I do not want to talk about Board of Ed. It's not what we do. So $297,112 or 5.91%. And we are looking at a capital budget, which is on the first page, of $1,005,820 as opposed to last year of $1,050,496 for a savings or a reduction in capital requests of $44,676.
okay, where, could you say that again? What am I missing? Okay,
So the appropriation request for 24-25 budget appropriations, $1,005,820.
And in the middle of the page.
Right, no page for it. The second column on the left is the 22-24 budget appropriation.
So we reviewed that last week. Anybody have any questions on that?
No.
Okay.
Also, some good news, this also includes, correct or not, the reduction in healthcare? Okay, so that's, we just got news from the state that they dropped healthcare costs from a 5% increase to a 2% increase. So by the time we go to 5%, that savings,
how much dollar wise?
I just got it today.
we don't have,
Hard to tell.
but it'll help.
Yeah, of course. it will.
And that's one of the bigger budget items.
So that's gonna further help the library as well.
Yes.
Pretty soon they're gonna cut us a check.
I don't know about that.
But right now, the last going down from 8 to 5, in group insurance, we save almost 30,000. Like 29,000 savings.
That's not from the change in rates, that's from last year, that's this year to next year.
So
Okay.
you just,
I'll send out
Just
to
state
everybody,
facts.
I'll send out
Well,
to
that's how I
everybody.
took the change from the last one.
yeah,
And rolled it up.
Yeah, so the next, so when I figure out the dollar amount, I'll send it to everybody, but when you motion, just say to include an amendment, for the new health insurance, that's all.
Right.
And then, so we can, don't have to come back for another meeting before it goes to the bypass.
And let's see if there's anything else.
You don't have to change for some of the salaries.
That's included.
Yes.
so
Oh, there was one addition animal control in the transfer station. So the transfer station was,
an increase of 50 cents additional, right?
Yeah, so I think the total, between the two of them, probably was about $4,000, no less than that, maybe 3,500 in salary changed to the transfer station attendants and the animal control.
so animal control. East Hampton had to relieve an animal control officer and they brought back Michael Zaki, who was doing a great, paying a little more money. And so the 3 towns provided up that increase.
Costs us $10 a day. Right.
So that's in control.
So when I make a motion to move this to 5-pack, do I have to say with the direction to follow for like group insurance or something?
Yes,
Yeah, just say with the,
Correction to follow group life insurance.
yeah,
not like
Group insurance.
with group
Group
insurance, with the new rate. And then I'll send it to everybody with the changes, so you have it.
Okay, so I move to approve sending 2 5-pack for fiscal year 24-25 budget as presented for town or board of selectmen's budget with a caveat and a correction to group insurance from 5% down to 2%.
increase, right?
Decrease. We have it in here as 5%, it's decreasing to 2%.
increase, right?
Plus you have to add, include capital and the grants.
To include capital and the grants. Right, got that?
She does.
Tell Jen what I said later. We have it, we got it?
Yeah.
So I move to approve setting this budget to 5-pack from the fiscal year 24-25 budget as presented with corrections of group insurance from a 5% increase to a 2% increase to include capital and grants.
Thank you.
No, you're lucky I got it out that time.
Thank you.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Thank you. No new business, no, okay, no lake. Appointments. I move to appoint Austin Roser to the position of, Parks and Rec Director. And, any discussion? I'll say something. Again, when we talked to Austin, when we interviewed him, his background is in recreation. He got his diploma, went to secondary university for recreation. He's a sports enthusiast. He's helped coach college teams and an Army team in soccer. I think he'll do a great job. I really do. So, and I've known him for years and I'll hold him accountable. So,
So his degree is
In
secondary,
that.
like a bachelor's in recreation?
yeah, he went back and got a second bachelor's in recreation, I believe. So I know it's on there, recreation. Yep. Bachelor of Science,
In exercise science and a bachelor of science in recreation and experimental learning.
from Radford University in Virginia. Any more discussion?
And he begins when?
Yes,
May
Dan?
28th.
Does he have a background in aquatics?
We asked him that directly, and his answer was not directly in aquatics, but,
Spend a lot of time on the lake.
Andy said he'll be able to work with the assistant director and he'll be able to move forward in a very positive program down there.
Thank you.
Anybody else? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? I'd like to move to approve the appointment of Michelle Manis as the tax collector.
We had some really great candidates. All we could have hired. Michelle was just a little better and we all voted that she came out on top. She was the previous tax collector for the town of Powell.
How long was she there?
From 2013 till 2023. And she was the assistant tax collector of Wellington from 2005 to 2011. So she's had a whole career in tax.
Right.
Great personality, and I think she'll fit beautifully in Columbia. Came highly recommended.
Okay.
Any more? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Thank you. And I'd like to, a notice of hire for Brittany Delesio, part-time dispatcher and program assistant at the senior center. Okay, she's part-time, so that's within March purview.
And she's already started. If you go in the senior center, she'll welcome you on Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday?
Correct.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, she works down.
Nothing on the town administrator's report?
Yeah, just, good news. COVID changed their, isolation, no longer, a mandatory 5 days. Now it's after symptoms have subsided and you're feeling better, you can come back to work. And it's improving. It's no longer probably the fifth largest killer of people. It's down from the third.
It's encouraging. I know.
So
There was room to grow.
that's, Jen and I just mainly want to make sure we upgrade our policies so we can advise our employees.
And we should send out an email just letting them know.
What else was I gonna, there was one other thing I was gonna mention. Blanking. Come sustainability went really well. It was, well attended. And we got a lot of emails and some people have actually emailed back saying they're interested in different things. So, we'll play it by ear and see what happens. But pretty soon we'll organize and see if we can get a sustainability team pulled together.
Yeah.
That's the next step.
Great.
Are there any volunteers?
Close to a dozen, so that was good.
Oh, yeah, that's it. That was the other thing. Thanks, Bev. What I spent the last 2 days is escorting OSHA around all of our buildings. So it was a surprise visit. I think we're doing pretty well. I'm a little concerned. I asked him, based on what he's found, they give us 40 days to fix most of the things. I said, will there be penalties based on what you're seeing so far? And he said, you guys have fixed almost everything I found immediately, so that's great. My hands will be tied on some of the issues that might be a federal offense. I don't know what that would be. So. The biggest thing I see, he actually did a surprise visit and that bring him out to where the guys were doing roadside clearing and mowing and chipping. And that was all fine. They all had the protective gear on. They all had road safety issues perfect. And he also interviewed them all separately. I'm not concerned, but there's a full investigation. I mean, even found in a remote janitor's closet, the fan that was 6 feet, 8 inches off the ground didn't have a cover on it. Had it been 7 feet, it wouldn't have needed a cover. So that's how extensive this review is. And we also can no longer keep our ammonia diluted in water in a bottle
In a
labeled
spray bottle.
ammonia diluted with water. I have to put all the things that would happen to you if you drank that bottle. So we're just gonna throw them.
You know what I do? I take the bottle, I cut it up, and I tape it on the spray bottle. That's what I do at the shop. I use the original bottle.
Oh, the original bottle, get the coating, to get all the, I was wondering how you get it all.
Everything all, and I read them.
So you modify your bottle.
I do.
There you go. Do that tomorrow.
It's easy
So-
enough to do.
Transfer station, OSHA will be in transfer station tomorrow and the maintenance garage, so I still gotta hopefully survive that as well.
Or you open it up, take a picture of it, print it and slap it on.
Generally.
Okay, thank you, Mark. I
Same.
do wanna say, I went up to Hunt Road and took a look at the work that's going on up there. The whole culvert is in. The box culvert is in. It's quite impressive. And, they're continuing to pump water around it so they can get it to settle and finish up. And, I haven't been in touch with the Bold brothers, but I talked to Beth Lunch. She's in touch with them every couple of days during the week and gets out there at least once a week to see how things are going. I'm hoping that, you know, we get some dry weather, this will all be done soon. I also asked her to make sure that the Bold brothers, when they're all said and done, it all looks good. We would like them to bid on any other projects they put out there. She said she's already talked to them and they are excited to do so. So, hopefully, you know, things work out a little bit.
Do you want to give an update on the meeting we had with, T2 Center concerning traffic calming?
Yeah, okay, so we had, I don't know what they're called.
Range riders, T2
And the
Center.
bottom line is trying to reduce speeding on our roads, but also visibility on some of the signs on our roads to be able to get people to stop before they get into the center of traffic, like on Hunt Road and Pine and, you know, West Street and stuff. And, he was adamant that he believed we could put up our own signage, even though Our director thought as we encroach to a stop on entering a highway, Route 87, Route 66, the state would have to allow us to do that. He checked with them, got back to us today. We can add our own signage there as they approach the end of the road. And so we're gonna add,
Like we did at West of Hunt, the double signage.
because,
The
people.
left side, the sign on the opposite side is actually very visible.
I know, it really,
It's astoundingly visible.
Yeah.
proves it.
My next step is to get out and do the signs get the highway department out here, and a gentleman walk in, he said, I asked you 3 years ago, and it's a little embarrassing and a little frustrating for me, for him to say, you didn't get it done, you said you would get it done. I've put in calls to, our representatives, I've called DOT, it's a runaround of the, computer.
Or we don't have enough employees.
And they've sent me to a couple of numbers, which that department doesn't take, voicemail anymore, it's basically shut down. It's very frustrating, so we're still trying though, but, we'll continually try to get it done if I have to keep going up the ladder, so. But this was a step in the right direction. As far as speed goes, he told us he can get us a couple more of the speed signs. He asked us to, he wanted to think about a couple of things. He was a police officer for 20-something years, traffic, accident reconstruction for 10 years, so he kind of saw what things are, but he understands, and we're continuing to use them to get ideas to hopefully cut back on some of the problems out there. So it was good.
He also said he'd take a ride down Old Romantic, look at the area where the 4 gentlemen were in our last meeting. Where it's applying right before Carson. I don't
There's a
know,
lot of hills, a lot of corners, all that kind of stuff.
So,
that's all I have to say.
okay. Some correspondence in there. One of them, I will tell you, Greg and Leslie Brand, after the storm last week, DPW was out there cleaning up a tree that had fallen across the road. They were out there bright and early before people were leaving for work and stuff, and they did a nice job. They cleaned it all up, and we got a nice letter from them saying thank you. They're very impressed with the DPW group, and they're thankful for the work that they do. Budget, no transfers, no refunds, and only a little bit of bills. So I moved to approve the payment of bills totaling, the other paper, so I can make sure it's right.
Please do.
Totaling $82,341.07, consisting of 23-24 regular credit card and paychecks. How are we doing with Text My Gov?
Actually, we've had some training, and next we have to start training some department heads.
Yep, and I should have this week, have the widget put onto our website and get the flyers out on that. They just sent us a bunch of marketing material, so I'll have that.
Right now, Jen and I could text, but we don't really see it with each other. We're the conference of all that.
Communication.
We're the only ones that are.
We have some questions here. What is GPR survey of the Hop River?
That
Oh,
was,
that was the underground?
underground magnetic ground penetration, right?
That was budgeted. So, and the reception desk furniture,
Senior center.
Senior center.
didn't we just talk about other desks that were gifted to us or something? Okay, whatever.
Well, we had quite a few gifted office furniture, most went to Public Works.
Okay. Sometimes they say things that just like, I just. Okay, all those in favor of paying the bills? Aye. Opposed? Very good, thank you. Okay. Audience and citizen? I see Barbara on here. Hi, Barbara. Just tuning in or?
She's bored.
So I just signed on in case you guys had any questions for me.
Not this week. So how are things going?
Things are going well. Thank
Good. I don't know if Mike Silvestri told you, I know, I took a walk with him yesterday in the back of the school.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, I will let you know, I'm telling you now, but I'll let you know, I'm going to get with Titan Energy to see if we can do any additional round solar panels out there to help with the cost of the electricity at the school.
Okay.
I always work with the school
Mhm.
after I get their evaluation of what they can do, but I understand the need for, you know, the playgrounds, the need for the ball fields and everything, and you also have need to keep that leach field from, you know, imploding, so.
Right.
I also have the need to make sure that we do our very best to keep taxes where people can hopefully afford it, okay?
Absolutely.
Kids like that, they were having a great time out there and everything was safe and the place, looked pretty good. So the other
Yeah.
thing, tell me about the fence that we might be doing between Dartmouth and the school.
So we did get a quote on that. I don't know if Bev shared that with you. It came in lower than we anticipated. Originally we had budgeted, I think, 20,000 and the quote was around 9,000, which was good news.
Yeah, okay,
So,
Big difference.
very good news, hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good. I appreciate it and, we look forward to your report. When's that, next week? 2 weeks? 2 weeks.
right.
Any questions for us or me, please don't hesitate to call, okay?
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Board member comments?
Just a warm welcome to Austin, Michelle, and Brittany to company team.
You know, it's tough to see people who have been with us for a long time go. But I'm encouraged about the people that we bring in. DPW, I mean, Andy, losing Andy, I thought we were gonna probably skip a beat a little bit, but I gotta tell you, Kyle and some of the guys that he's brought in, Brian and, I can't remember the other gentleman's name, they've been doing a great job, and so I'm thrilled with that. And the people we've interviewed for the other jobs, they look great too, so I think we're.
Yeah.
We're in the
When's
right direction.
Michelle starting?
May
Oh,
11th,
Monday.
May 11th
March.
and Monday.
Next week.
May
11th.
Monday, March. Anybody else?
Just a thought. Noticed driving around, and kind of taking the back roads on purpose, a lot of back roads have no, speed limit sign. So that like it doesn't register on your thing. Could help if it's like 25, 35, get by a bunch of them.
Okay.
Now, a sign will register on your dash.
It does on my car.
Well,
How's it know? Is this?
because GPS and Google and whomever have driven these roads, it records the speed limit. So if you are GPSing through an area, mostly on the highway, it does it for me. You can see a small box down on your window that says 65 or 55 or 70, and then it has a box next to it that says you're doing
Right.
more or less, whatever.
It alerts you. But
Especially in our problem areas, we should probably make sure they're clearly.
just a thought, as you enter the street,
Yeah, it doesn't hurt because oftentimes I'll come off a highway or I'll come off another road and I have no idea what the speed limit is because it's not posted once you enter into traffic. So if somebody pulls you over, I have no idea, I just came in over here, I have no idea where it is because there's no sign. I know ignorance is not a defense. But
I
it
think
would
it's a
help
good
if we had
idea,
sign.
yeah, put
So,
some,
Okay,
put them on
Thank
the
you.
back roads.
anybody else? Okay, so, no executive session at this time, I make a motion to adjourn, all those in favor? Not opposed?
It is 7:29.